We're in Salt Lake City, Utah, where the Jazz are looking. You take one from an Eastern Conference opponent. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. You look at Chicago.
And they prove that they know how to beat this team. We saw that in the first meeting. Can they make it a clean sweep on the season series? We'll find out tonight.
You know, they certainly have the confidence. Their challenge is going to be play with the same effort and energy as they did in the last one.
Now here's Leonard. After Ben Simmons' miss. Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Ibaka's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for Utah.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
Now here's Richardson. After the miss from Serge Ibaka. 5 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
You have to enjoy watching Jeremy Lin work the pick and roll. This guy totally loses the defense with his quick decision making. I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
Smith for 3. That one misses. And Utah the other way now. And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust.
Look at that.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
Ibaka outside. No good on the triple. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. Shots good by Simmons.
Oh, sensational speed by Simmons. Trucking it down the court and beating everyone.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. Shooting one. That's going to send Jeremy Lin to the free throw line. That's on Ben Simmons. The Jazz shooting their first free throw tonight. Well, last year pretty much a lost year for Lin. Tore his patella tendon on opening night, and Doris, that was it.
Yeah, that was hard to watch for Jeremy Lin because you know he's put in the time and was penciled in for a big role with Brooklyn. It's so nice to see him step back between the lines and continue playing.
Pass to Leonard to the inside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Jazz shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And Josh Richardson at the University of Tennessee was a pre-med student, plans on becoming a surgeon. But when the NBA became a possibility, he said he had to switch to an easier major.
And instead of spending 4 hours a day studying, he put that time into the gym. A terrific defender in college, was the 2-time All-SEC defensive player. And with the newfound focus on basketball, he has blossomed as a scorer.
Pass to Whiteside. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
Lin looking it over. Now here's Richardson. Jazz passing it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard, no luck.
Well, they know not to leave him open from mid-range, and they're all over him on that shot.
Utah trailing here. Pass to Lynn. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Top of the key, Ibaka. Back to Lynn. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Another miss by Utah.
Absolutely tenacious guys. Stuck right on him defensively, bothered that shot.
And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with blocks like that.
To the inside. Here's Whiteside. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And it's 8 points for Hassan Whiteside. Outside Leonard. To the paint. To the wing on the left. Here's Lynn. And Simmons with the rebound. The Bulls leading by 3. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Well, this is a perfect example of how you want to run your offense. Disciplined but determined. Nice possession, Greg.
And there's a whistle that goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul. Here's Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
And you just got to love the way he moves the ball. Very unselfish.
I tell you, he's looking to set up his guys as much as possible, and you can tell his teammates really appreciate it.
Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. A wide open look here for Ibaka. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And it's Smith missing. Jazz trailed by 12. Pass to Richardson. Back to Collison. Outside, Bogdanovich. Can they get it? And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovich, showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev.
And Simmons slams it in.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
Here is Collison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The rebound by Anderson.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
So both teams making some changes here. Doris, you've covered the NBA and the Jazz for so long. Just how much does this team mean to its community?
Well, this is one of the great environments in the entire NBA. Jazz fans are diehard. They're loud and they're proud. And I'll tell you, as the only pro team in the state, it's no wonder.
Pass to Ilyasova. On deep. Here's Ajinça. And it's sent back by West. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Clock at 6. Here's Collison. Ajinça trying to break free.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The Bulls leading by 15. Pass to Bullock. Back to Anderson. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Now Henson. Wide open. They get it again. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Jazz making a switch here. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Over to the wing. And here is Ilyasova. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. It's stolen by West. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. And it's Bullock missing. Jazz trail by 17. To the middle. It's stolen by West. Thomas goes in. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you. Doris, look in your crystal ball. 5 years from now, who do you think will be the 2-3 best players in the NBA?
Well, certainly some of the names. I won't say this is a definitive list, but as long as health holds, I'm going to give you 3 men who are going to be bad men in the NBA for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Greek freak is able at his size to handle it, take it off the window, and dominate action in transition. If he gets a consistent jump shot, forget about it. Ben Simmons, exactly the same thing. His passing ability is extraordinary. I think you'll see him get a low post game, and I think he'll get a jump shot, and he will be unguardable. And one of my absolute favorites is Mr. Joel Embiid. Give it to you inside, give it to you outside. Mr. Embiid can handle it. He can dominate with his defense. Those 3 men are going to be all-stars for a long, long time.
Offensive rebound. Henson. Pass to Bullock. The Bulls keep it alive. Thomas's shot is off. And so Lynn will bring it up for Utah. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That will complete this 4-game homestand. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6. The Bulls leading by 15. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And becoming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Really, that's unacceptable. Patience is paramount when you're trying to cut the lead, and they didn't have it there.
Here's West. Henson trying to break free. And the basket by West. West has got 6.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
Rebound, Utah.
Well, it looks like he's going to get the easy 2 points, but the defense recovers just in time to affect it.
Outside Leonard. 6 to shoot. Back to Bogdanovich. They grab their own miss. Outside, Lynn. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Bullock. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the Jazz pushing it up now. Lynn with the ball. Ibaka, no luck.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Chicago. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Jazz trail by 16. It's Richardson on the wing. And he banks in the layup. Richardson's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Jazz.
Well, we know this. Jeremy Lin knows how to run an offense. His ability to find the open man uncanny. He's carried this team to this lead on his back, handling almost all the scoring duties.
Pass to Richardson. It's stolen by Smith. Knocked away. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Here's Bogdanovich. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Nobody near Barnes. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Outside Leonard. Over Barnes. Leonard, no luck.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish. Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Pass to Aminu. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Back to Barnes. Outside, Simmons. 6 to shoot. Leonard with the steal. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. And he overshot that one, missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
Jazz trailed by 14. Ibaka outside. Leonard looking around. Outside, Bogdanovich. Back to Leonard. 5 to shoot. Inside. Here's Ibaka. Barnes grabs the miss. Pass to Whiteside. Now Aminu. Defended by Ibaka. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Well, he just gets ahead of himself and throws it away, right? You've got to have better focus than that.
Now Richardson, 7 points in the game. Back to Collison. Down low. Here's Ajinça. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Chicago making some changes. And stolen by Ilyasova. Leonard with the steal. And the wide open shot from Collison. The Jazz again can't hit it.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
Got a piece of it. An even 3-on-3 break. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, Mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Back to Collison. Five on the clock. Pass to Ajinça. Here's Connaughton. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. The Jazz making a switch here.
Coming on the floor for your Jazz.
The Bulls leading by 19 points. Bellinelli with it. West at the elbow. And it's Bullock in the corner. From outside, off the mark. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around him.
Out to the wing. Ilyasova. The shot, no good. And it's Chicago the other way. That one goes. Count it. Anderson's got 5 points so far.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Pass to Ilyasova. To the paint. Here's Ajinça. Lays it up off the glass. Ajinça's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Utah calls timeout.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
.16 seconds left here in the third quarter. Outside Leonard. This one for three. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you, you're not going to find a much more confident basketball player. He always believes the points are going to come.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Now here's Simmons. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
Here's Lynn. Here's Bogdanovich. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Aminu.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Right. I mean, that's solid defense. At the very least, you like seeing them muck it up and make things difficult.
And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his fourth foul of the contest. Ibaka outside.
And don't sleep on Simmons defensively. Very skilled there as well. He just knows where to be and how to guard whoever he's on.
I'll tell you, with the struggle he has had today, he probably won't be their #1 option as they look to close this game out.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself, he converted in a big way.
And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play.
Well, this is a tough night so far. They'd be smart to rely more on a couple of their other options.
Nice shot by Smith.
And really, Smith is always looking to fire as soon as he touches the ball. The D has to be more aware of that quick trigger.
Pass to Ibaka. Back to Collison. Shoots from the block. Trying to get open is Bogdanovich. Basket counts. 11 points for Serge Ibaka.
Well, you love Serge Ibaka's shot selection, especially inside where he's so efficient.
To the inside. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be three-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long-term.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Boy, you love to see Bogdanovich stroke that deep ball. What an accomplished scorer from distance.
Simmons. Timeout. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
You know, I think one thing Coach will address in this timeout right now is you're missing a lot of shots. Why not become more of a facilitator out there?
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Utah calls timeout. Well, when people talk about Harrison Barnes, Doris, everyone will tell you he's one of the most poised and thoughtful players in the league.
I think some of that was on display during his tenure with the Golden State Warriors and with this present organization. They basically said, we need you to be a more vocal leader, and he's accepted that challenge.
Pass to Ajinça. And here is Ilyasova to the paint. The offensive rebound. Moves back up. And the layup is good.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ilyasova.
Bulls ball.
Pass to Simmons. Back to Smith. Misses the three.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Ajinça. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Shooting for Utah.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Here's Barnes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Well, explosive inside. When playing with a high energy level, Barnes earning himself a trip to the free throw line.
And so Lynn will bring it up for the Utah Jazz, trailing by 17. Simmons inside. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%. Over to the left wing. Pass to Ajinça. Kicks it out to Leonard. There's a minute 47 left to play here in the 4th. And yes, it's good.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
That's his first personal foul.
And the first one drops.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
Here's Aminu. His 3-pointers off the mark. Jazz trailed by 15.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bulls.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Hassan Whiteside.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
That free throw, no good.
Your Jazz.
Well, Kevin, how about the Harvard grad, Jeremy Lin? How far has this guy come from nearly out of the NBA at one point to viable NBA starter? Incredible. They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. In the corner, Ibaka with it. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, a little bit of assertiveness from the native of Congo. Serge Ibaka has the green light.
Simmons with it. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go